Hey guys, as promised, shadow work reading. Let's see what shadow work it is we're needing to do. I haven't really done a lot lately. I had some epiphanies over the last couple weeks that, they took me forever to process through. But I was able to move past some pretty significant things that I found lurking in my childhood. One of which, I think we talked about it the last time, was, just these beliefs that I had. I didn't even know I had, which is, of course, why we do shadow work. It may have been a relative, a teacher, somebody we trusted, somebody we admired in our early childhood that made an offhanded comment, not maliciously, not intentionally trying to hurt you or me, that we somehow just decided to take that belief on. I know a big one, and I just kind of went through this, was, I know back in the day, people used to say, when there was two sisters, there was always a smart one and a pretty one, right? And if you look at all the movies and whatnot, like even, what's that one, In Her Shoes? There was a smart one and a pretty one. Although they were both beautiful, but traditionally, that's kind of how people looked at it, right? There was one, you'd always say, well, so-and-so got the brains and the other one got the beauty. So, but what is that saying? Is that telling the beautiful one that she has no intelligence, or is that telling the intelligent one that she has no beauty? And we don't even realize that we attach to these beliefs. And when we believe that, we begin to manifest that. Those are the beliefs that we need to get rid of. These are the reasons that we do shadow work. So, let's see what Spirit says is shadow work for this week. I'm actually almost afraid to see mine, but we'll see. I got a lot going on lately and have some big decisions to make. So, the Empress in the reverse and the Moon. Wow, 2 major arcana. Definitely time to do some shadow work. We definitely have not been using our Empress energy, and maybe we need to start doing that. The Empress is always representative of nurturing, right? So what are we not nurturing that we need to? Or nurturing that we don't need to, right? It could always be that we're still tied into those old belief systems. We're still depending on other people to define us. We look in the mirror. She's got black hair here. Let's see. Let me see this. She's got black hair. Why is she holding blonde hair? Why isn't she just embracing the fact that she's got beautiful dark head of hair? We always want what we can't have, right? That's what we need to get rid of. We need to get rid of that idea that the grass is greener on the other side. And love and appreciate ourselves for who we are. And I know for me, trying to figure out who that is can be difficult at times, right? Because more than half of what we believe about ourselves is an illusion. It is not our belief. It was a belief that we decided to make an agreement with someone that, okay, I'm going to take that on as my truth. We don't always see it. And it's really, really, really hard to find those things. And as always, I'm going to read from the book because I'm not super familiar with this deck yet. So our Empress card is in the reversed. The Empress indicates personal insecurity and a need for self-love. Take a leaf out of Mother Gothel's book and admire yourself. Stand in front of a mirror and strike a pose. Boost your self-confidence with positive affirmations. You've got it going on. So exactly what I said, right? Figure out who you are and love that person. Do this. Look in the mirror. Look into your eyes and say, I love you. And it sounds really silly, but I'm telling you, it works. And it is not an... Okay, guys, we are back. I am so sorry about that. Had a phone call. We were talking about the moon, and the moon is illusion, and it is not seeing things clearly. It is definitely representative of the fact that we are not seeing ourselves clearly. We really need to dig deep and find out who we really are. Has anyone seen the movie Runaway Bride? This has been on my mind lately, and I have to laugh because this reporter follows this bride, right? She runs away from every wedding. Like, there's like 12 weddings she ran away from. Leaves him at the altar, heartbroken. And he learns that every time he asks the jilted grooms what kind of eggs she likes, they always say a different style, right? Eggs Benedict, poached, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And it cracks me up because she literally changed what she liked based on who she was with. And at the end of the movie, he meets up with her and asks her what kind of eggs she likes. And she says, I don't know. And he literally like has this buffet of all these different style eggs for her to decide what she likes. So let me ask you guys, what kind of eggs do you like? Are you doing things for everybody else instead of for you? Because that's a problem, right? That's a problem. And we need to change that. We need to change putting other people first, liking what they like. Make yourself a buffet of eggs, guys, and figure out what kind of eggs you like. So our shadow work, I think, this week is going to really be about finding our authentic self. We read the 4 agreements for book club yesterday, and the very first agreement, right, is to be impeccable with your word. And they broke down the word impeccable, which basically meant without sin. Sin being against yourself, right? Because God lives within each of us. So if he lives within each of us, then he is each of us. And if we're going against ourselves, we're going against God. So when we speak our truth, we have to make sure it's our truth and be impeccable with our word. It's not an easy task. And we were talking about that last night. It's probably the hardest one. And then there's, of course, so be impeccable with your word. Quit taking it personally. Don't assume, of course, because that makes an ass out of you and me, right? And then do your best. We're not going to be perfect, guys. We're human. You're not going to be impeccable with your word every single time. You're not going to know who you are every single time. And, oh, I forgot to read the moon. So, the deal is just do your best. And if you fall down, get up and start again. Don't give up. Get up. Big difference, right? So the moon, 18. One more. So the moon. Emperor Cusco is too self-absorbed to notice Yzma's obvious attempts to steal his throne. When the moon tarot card is drawn, it's a wake-up call advising you to pay attention. Don't take things at face value right now. Investigate contracts, deals, transactions, and opportunities carefully. Use your intuition, and if any hunches or gut feelings arise, trust them. Not exactly what I thought it was going to be, but if you are involved in anything that's deals, contracts, etc., Mercury is still in retrograde. So as we all know, it's not a good time to sign contracts. And if you do, and you have to, then definitely go over them with a fine-tooth comb. Okay? Trust your gut. That was something I actually remember telling my children years ago when they were, 6, 7, 8 years old. Always trust your gut, even if you don't know why. Always, 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 because that is your intuition. That's God speaking to you, trying to tell you, there may not be evidence, but I'm telling you, do it or don't do it, etc., whatever, right? Use that intuition. And if you're not sure if a belief is yours, ask God to tell you. He'll show you. He's good that way. Ask for a sign. Ask for a specific sign. Tell him, talk to me like I'm a 2-year-old. Give me something I can understand that's clear to me, that will make sense, that I can definitely not question, and be honest with God. Tell him, say, I can't see signs. I don't know. I'm not mindful enough to look for them. So I need you to, bash me over the head with it. 5 of Swords in reverse. Awesome. 5 of Swords is change, right? It's it's bullies. It's abusive relationships. This is in the reverse. So this is awesome because it looks like we're out of that. Let me find the suits. Here we go, swords. In the reverse, Five of Swords shows it's time to make peace with someone you've been in a disagreement with. You've wasted a lot of energy on this battle, and it's clear you'll never see eye to eye. It's time to shake hands and agree to disagree. I mean, give them back their belief systems. Tell them, you know what? I'm beautiful and smart, and it's okay. And so is my sister. And, you know, I don't like scrambled eggs. I like over easy eggs or whatever. Stand up, use your throat chakra, and be your unique, beautiful, wonderful, perfect self. We're all perfectly imperfect. You know, we live in a world of duality. There's no reason we have to be perfect all the time. We're not going to be perfect all the time. We're not going to make the right decisions all the time. Even the wrong decisions are still leading us to the path of enlightenment, which ultimately is why we're here, right? To learn how to love each other the way God loved us. That's all he wanted from us. Love each other the way I love you. And how does he love us? Unconditionally. No conditions. You don't have to be beautiful. You don't have to be smart. You don't even have to tell the truth all the time. I'm still going to love you. Not a problem. Oh, I'm sorry. You fell and you were an alcoholic for 10 years. Oh, you know what? I still love you. Can we do that with the people around us? Are we able to give that level of love? Are we able to give that level of love to ourselves? There's a question. Self-love, man. It's rough. We are our own worst critics, and we need to stop. We need to stop. We need to really go within and appreciate and love ourselves. Fill our own cups up. You can't give love to someone if you don't love yourself, because you don't even know how, what that is, right? So, this is going to finish. This is a lot of cards, guys. Page of Cups, Temperance, Eight of Wands in the reverse, Ace of Coins in the reverse, Five of Cups, Eight of Cups. Lots of love. Lots of love here. The Temperance card is definitely jumping out at me with the Page of Cups. I think I'm not going to take these as 5 is plenty for shadow work. The Page of Cups is usually a new love, maybe some volunteer work, but he's happy doing it, right? I mean, who is that? Dopey? That's not Dopey. It's Doc, I think. I forget. Oh, wrong one. Where's my book? Page of Cups. Sorry about the lack of knowledge in my Disney characters today. I'm kind of out of sorts. I think it's Doc. I could be wrong. Cups, where are you? Page of Cups, here we go. Page of Cups represents someone shy and gentle-natured, like Captain Hook's first mate. Wow, I was way off, you guys. Holy crap. Forget about my Disney skills today. At least I can do the shadow work with you. This is Mr. Smee. Though Mr. Smee lacks the ruthlessness of a typical pirate, his fierce loyalty to Captain Hook is endearing. Sometimes this tarot card suggests an important message about love or friendship is on the way. Keep your eyes peeled. That's the love of self, guys. That's what we need. We need this love of self. Absolutely. And I love how this almost makes an infinity symbol, right? Infinite love, unconditional love. Temper your temper. That's what temperance is, right? We want to have balance of our emotions. We want to control our emotions. We want harmony. That will come as a result of doing this work, this shadow work. Temperance, where are you? 19. Not 19. What the heck is that? Oh, 14. Temperance. There we go. When temperance is drawn in a tarot reading, its advice is to stay fluid, calm, and adaptable. Going with the flow will make for smooth sailing, even in stormy seas. Navigate any challenges that arise with calm, level-headedness. Temperance reminds you how important it is to maintain inner peace. Be careful not to let the outside influences rock your boat. Exactly. I mean, if there's chaos around you, then, just take a deep breath. Breathing. There was a lady at book club last night. Her name is Amy, and she does breath work. And it's funny because my son had told me all day yesterday, Mom, do you realize that you hold your breath when you get anxious? I had no idea I did that. So, that deep breath will do you a lot of good when you're feeling out of control and your anxiety's up, or you're angry, or you're just, you just can't sit still, or things are just up in the air. Slow down, sit down, take a few deep breaths, bring yourself back to center and ground. I have gotten a lot of messages this week about grounding, being outside in nature. And if you can't do that, then definitely go within and, close your eyes and just imagine roots coming out of your feet and grounding into the earth and drawing energy from Mother Gaia, because she has an abundance of energy to share with us, guys. When we're tapped out, we don't have to be energy vampires. We don't have to take energy from other people. When we do, we're taking on their belief systems and so forth. Don't do that. Don't do that. Find your own. There's so much energy to be had from the earth, and so much clarity and knowledge when you can just get outdoors and ground yourself by yourself. Walk barefoot in the grass. I know it's pretty cold out lately, so walking barefoot can be a challenge. But maybe go outside and just touch a tree, lean up against it, sit up against a tree and read a book. Do something to connect back to Mother Gaia and get that clarity and energy from her, because she's the one that can give it to us abundantly. There's no end to her energy that we can draw from. And make sure that we are speaking our truth and living our truth and knowing our truth. Let's start there. Let's start by defining, who am I? What do I value? What do I like? What do I not like? What do I want? What do I not want? Journal about these things, right? Just let yourself wish and dream. And if money and time were not an option, where would you be? Would you be where you are today? If money and time were not an option, would you have the people around you that are around you now? Those people that are around you now, if you met them tomorrow, would you be friends with them? There's a question. Somebody asked me that the other day, and I had to really think about that, because we get so comfortable in our misery, or, perceived, well, it's not so bad, It's not so bad, but it's not so good either sometimes. And we always think, well, I can survive it. I know how bad it can get, and I know what to expect, right? But when it's the unexpected, it can be nerve-wracking. It can be scary. But at the same time, it can be exciting, because you don't know how good it can get either. And fear and excitement will bring about the same physiological symptoms, right? You get butterflies in your stomach. Your heart starts racing. You maybe start a cold sweat, right? That could mean fear, or it could mean excitement. And it's up to you to tell your brain which it is. So when you tell your brain it's excitement, and your brain says, okay, well, let me back check and make sure that she's not lying to me. Is this really excitement? Oh, look, she's got butterflies. Oh, look, she's got a quick heart rate. Yeah, she must be excited. And then suddenly, now your subconscious sees every time you're afraid as being excited. And when you're excited and happy, the universe has more reason to give you more things to be excited about. So let's do that, guys, right? It's scary to go in the mirror and say, I love you, but start there. Start there. Another thing that's really helpful in this kind of shadow work is the Ho'oponopono. Go look that up on Google. It's a Hawaiian chant prayer, and it is, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, and thank you. And say that in the mirror 9 times, 6 times a day, right? Again, with the 369, I don't know if you guys watched the last shadow reading, but One of the manifestation techniques that I learned, and I don't use nearly enough, is to pick 3 things that you want to manifest, write them down 6 times, and do that for 6 times a day, and do that for 9 days, the 369. It's using Tesla's 369 theory. But maybe try that with the Ho'oponopono, say it 3 times in the mirror, 6 times a day for 9 days. I mean, what have you got to lose? Nothing. All right. I'm going to leave it there, guys. And I'm going to go upstairs and go in the mirror and do my Ho'oponopono. And remember, you are enough. You are worthy of love. You are worthy of happiness. And I, for one, am cheering for you. Love you guys.